Board members, parents, families, friends, faculty, and especially students, welcome to the commencement ceremony for the Dalton High School class of 26. As we celebrate together this evening, we ask that guests please be considerate of those around you by keeping umbrellas, balloons, and signs from obstructing the view of other families and guests. We are here this evening to celebrate the accomplishments of this amazing group of young men and women. Graduation is an important event for these students and their families, so help us to respectfully recognize and celebrate each student. Thank you. Audience, please stand for the presentation of our colors, the singing of our national anthem, and the Pledge of Allegiance.
Stand, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Good evening. I want to welcome you and thank you, students, but I also want to thank the parents and the families and the friends of our graduates. I want to thank the community and the board and Dr. Kraft, our superintendent, for their support. This time I'd like to introduce Valeria Alvarez, their Executive Student Council President.
Okay, I just want to start this off by saying that I'm really nervous, so if you can tell, please bear with me. Good evening, family, friends, and faculty. My name is Valeria Alexandra Alvarez, and I have had the privilege of being Dalton High School's Executive President for the 2025-2026 school year. Tonight, or this evening, we are surrounded by cords, medals, and accomplishments that are all symbolic of years of hard work, and it can be easy to believe that these things are what define us, and that the recognition we receive is somehow a measure of our worth. I hope you remember that they are not what make us valuable. To every student sitting here without a cord or a medal, I want you to hear this clearly. You are not less worthy, you are not less important, and you are not defined by what was or was not placed on your neck tonight. Because the most beautiful things about a person cannot be measured. You cannot measure kindness, you cannot rank compassion, and you cannot calculate the value of a heart that chooses to love others when being cold is the easy choice. After today, people are likely to forget our grades, titles, and achievements. It will all become a distant memory, but people will never forget how we made them feel. They'll remember the moments we chose to be kind, humble, and above all, love in a world full of hate. In this world, there are so many people afraid of being too emotional, too sensitive, or too much. And I used to be one of those people, and well, I kind of still am. But I would hide parts of myself, make myself smaller, less emotional, and quieter, just so that I wouldn't be seen as a burden to others. I used to think there was something wrong with me for feeling everything so deeply. But on a random school day, Dr. Collins told me, "You are who you say you are." And that has stuck with me every day since. And it's the truth. You cannot let the world decide who you are for you. You cannot let labels or expectations convince you that your emotions are a weakness. You have to decide for yourself who you are. You do not have to be extraordinary to be worthy of love. You do not have to be the smartest, the most accomplished, or the most successful person in the room to matter. It's okay to just be human. It's okay to be soft-hearted, to care deeply, to love loudly, to be emotional, to be ordinary in a world constantly demanding that you prove yourself worthy of being seen. Because your value was never meant to come from awards, titles, or recognition. It comes from the simple fact that you are here and that your life matters. And I believe that is exactly how God sees us. God calls us to love one another, not for what people achieve, but for who they are. And in a world that can feel so quick to judge, compare, and tear people down, I hope we never forget how valuable every single person truly is. I want to take a moment to express my gratitude, above all to God for his unconditional love and mercy that he has, for never leaving my side and standing beside me through everything. To the people who stayed by my side through every stressful night, every breakdown I had, and every moment of doubt, thank you for loving me through all the versions of myself. These people came into my life and taught me that being understood can change everything. I want to thank teachers, faculty, our lunch ladies, and custodial staff for creating an amazing learning environment. But in specific, I want to take a moment to thank Dr. Collins, Dr. Kraft, Mr. Schaefer, Mr. Smith, Ms. Schroeder, and Mr. Wicks for encouraging me and advocating for me. I would not be up on this stage if it weren't for them. Y finalmente, a mi familia, a mis hermanas, Marley y Yadi, las amo mucho, aunque me hagan enojar demasiado. Gracias por ser mi ejemplo y amarme siempre. A Noé y a mi Leilita preciosa, gracias por siempre apoyarme y hacerme reír cuando estoy triste. Y a mis papás, mami, papi,
Gracias por todo. No sé dónde están sentados, pero yo sé que aquí están. Gracias por cada sacrificio que hicieron en silencio, por cada sueño que dejaron atrás para que yo pudiera alcanzar los míos. Gracias por los abrazos y los besos cada día. Gracias por ser mi todo. Pero más que nada, gracias por haberme inculcado un amor por Dios, por enseñarme que todo es posible a través de Él, por recordarme que nunca estoy sola y por guiarme con fe en los momentos más difíciles. Todo lo que soy hoy es gracias a ustedes y todo lo que seré será un reflejo de su amor, su esfuerzo y su fe. Y hoy también quiero honrar a todos los padres que han dado todo por sus hijos, muchas veces en silencio, con sacrificio y amor. Ustedes son la razón que estamos aquí. So, class of 2026, when this night becomes a memory, I hope you never forget this. You are loved, you are valuable, you are so, so, so important, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Not because of what you achieved, but because of who you are. I've had an awesome 4 years with you guys, and truly consider myself blessed to have the opportunity to be your leader. I hope your senior year was all that you dreamed it to be, and I love you all so much. Never forget, you are who you say you are. Congratulations, we did it.
Shepherd McKeon, make your way up here, please. At this time, it's an honor and a pleasure to announce the Principal's Choice Award and Scholarship. The recipient of the 2026 Principal's Choice Award goes to Shepherd McKeon. He'll receive a trophy and a $1,000 scholarship. The Principal's Choice Award goes to a scholar who is positive, who is kind. Above all, he is kind, and whether he knows the person or not. I've had my eye on you for 3 years since you helped a couple in a walker get on a sidewalk at Gondolier on Glenwood, if you remember. This award recognizes him for quietly leading and performing well academically every single day. So if you would, please help me congratulate Mr. McKeon as he prepares for Kennesaw State University next year. At last, the class of 2026, being your principal, has really been an honor and a privilege. I hope your time at Dalton High School was a great experience. More than anything, I hope you felt seen and heard. There's really only one Dalton High School, except for the one in Ohio, but this is Dalton High School. And you make this place special. Your voice, your spirit, your presence. And please never forget, we love you. You're beautiful. You can become anything that you want to be. Our first graduate speaking tonight plans to attend Dalton State, Alma Hussein.
Good evening, parents, teachers, and staff, and how can I forget? Good evening, class of 2026. Thank you all for being here celebrating our great milestone. Each person sitting on the field tonight has dedicated 12 years to their education, a privilege that we are given. So we show gratitude to those who assisted us on this journey. To God first, and in Arabic we say Alhamdulillah. Then to Dr. Collins for his invaluable efforts in our development, not only as students, but as people. To our teachers, who built generations full of success, to our custodians and lunch ladies, who took us in as children of their own, and obviously to Miss Susan for giving the warmest hugs and selling the best cookies, and they're only 2 for $1. But when we think about everything it took to get here, we begin to realize that there is no such thing as coincidence, but instead, every success and every obstacle were written into history in order to lead us here today. In Arabic, we use the word qadr to describe this idea of destiny, the belief that God writes everything for a reason, the belief that through our journey, we are capable of becoming the best versions of ourselves. Last semester, I decided to read The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, where Santiago journeys to the pyramids of Giza, facing challenges and sacrifice along the way. But every step, both what he perceived as good and bad, guides him toward his purpose. He learns to trust that what is meant for him will unfold as it should. And if you've read this book before, you know that some of the best lessons came from Santiago's deepest trials. Like Santiago, we've all been impacted regarding the many changes our school took on this year. That includes new staff, new block schedules, and that new bell sound. Yes, it was overwhelming, but that vulnerability wasn't a setback. It was redirection. From global pandemics to the Wi-Fi cutting out mid-class after we worked so hard for the password. These challenges didn't take from us, but they gave us wisdom. As we look toward the future, remember that success isn't a single destination. Whether you're headed to the workforce, college, or the military, your path is uniquely yours. But we didn't get here alone. We are here because of the foundation laid by those who believed in us long before we believed in ourselves. So to the parents and the mentors who helped us reach this milestone, this achievement belongs to you as well. So I want to especially thank my parents who didn't know I'd be speaking today. ماما وبابا وأحسن لي ما بصلكمش. وجودي هنا النهارده بسببكم وبسبب مجيكم هنا من مصر وبسبب تربيتكم معايا. بس قبل كل ده بسبب قدر ربنا علينا. اوعوا تندموا على أي حاجة من الماضي لأن كل حاجة من عند ربنا وربنا مش هيفوت تعبكم. وحتى لو اتكلمت لغاية الصبح برضو كلامي مش هيكفي حبي ليكم، لكن اعرفوا انكم في دعائي كل يوم. علي ويحيى وابص لكم عادي. عمري ما اتمنى اخوات غيركم في حياتي بجد. فشكرا على حنيتكم وحمايتكم عليا. انا فخورة بيكم وربنا يخلينا لبعض دايما. Mama and Baba, my being here today is because of you, because of your journey here from Egypt, because of the way you raised me. But before all of that, because of the destiny, or the qadr, that God wrote for us. Never regret anything from the past, because everything is from God, and He will never let your hard work go unnoticed. And even if I talked until the morning, my words still wouldn't be enough to express my love for you. But know that you're in my prayers every single day. Ali and Yahia, I could have never wished for better brothers in my life. So thank you for your kindness and for always protecting me. I'm proud of you all, and may God always keep us together. Before we depart, remember that everything happens for a reason. So class of 2026, follow your destiny, or your qadr, become who you were meant to be, and know that every step along the journey is a part of the process in shaping who you were destined to become. Thank you and congratulations.
Our next speaker tonight plans to attend Emory University, Oxford College, Andrea Marsh Saldana.
Just like Valeria, I'm also extremely nervous, so good evening, everyone. By being born, you have technically changed the world irrevocably, in a very real way. And I mean that literally. For example, your mass affects planets that are millions of miles away. Every breath that you take rearranges billions of molecules that will never return to their same positions. Just by existing, you have influenced decisions made by thousands of people, whether you realize it or not. There has never been, and will never be, the same combinations of goals, perspectives, and experiences that you carry. The universe is not the same universe it was before you existed. And thankfully, it will never be the same ever again. And moreover, the probability of you being born is 1 in 4 trillion. And yet, you are all sitting in front of me today. This year, about 3.8 million students will graduate high school, but hundreds of thousands will not get the opportunity to walk the stage. And yet, in less than an hour, you will. All these facts and many more have led me to the conclusion that you, yes you are a miracle. Dalton High School, you are a miracle with intention. But today does indeed mark the end of your high school career, so why am I making you sit through another math lesson? Because on days like this, we are constantly told to look around, to thank our friends, our family, our friends who started to feel a little bit too much like family, and of course, our wonderful teachers. But with the opportunity that I have been given today, I want to remind you of something that I think we don't talk about enough. If you don't hear anything else I say today, please hear me when I say this. You are the determining factor to your own success. You stayed up those late nights. You made the early morning commutes. You sat through the long classes and the even longer work shifts. You sent all the applications in on time. You did that, no one else. And beyond all of that, your presence here on this earth is already so significant. Dalton High School, there is this idea that you only live once. But as I have grown, I have begun to disagree with that notion. I don't believe you only live once. Class of 2026, we live every single day. All of us have the opportunity to live this miracle every single day. So today, especially, I ask you to live it. I ask you to enjoy it. And above all else, I ask you to recognize how far you have already come. Because when you walk into this world that feels bigger and sometimes so overwhelming, it is so important to remember what you have already achieved and how much you influence the world just by being in it. I want you today, it doesn't have to be today, but preferably today, to look back at everything you have already done. And tomorrow, when you wake up in the morning, please recognize that you are not starting from nothing. You are continuing something absolutely beautiful. Dalton High School, class of 2026, you, yes you are a walking success story. So yes, celebrate all the wonderful people around you today. I know I sure will. But when you step out into this world, a new graduate, remember this for me. The world is already different because of you. And what you choose to do next, well, I'm thankful to say that will change it even more. Thank you so much, everybody at Dalton Public Schools. Thank you to the class of 2026, and congratulations. And I hope you continue to enjoy your evening and celebrating your own accomplishments. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Leslie Garcia plans to attend the University of Georgia.
Good evening. I'd like to start off by giving a round of applause to all of the seniors graduating here tonight. I would also like to thank all of the staff, family, and friends who have supported the seniors as we prepare to walk the stage. I'm especially grateful for my parents, both of my siblings, Gandhi and Mateo, and all of my many, many cousins, and everyone else who has been there for me every step of the way. Muchas gracias, mami y papi, por ayudarme con todo. Ustedes me han enseñado que gracias a Dios puedo lograr lo que quiera. Mis sueños no serán posibles sin ustedes. If you told middle school me that she would be giving a speech right now, she probably would have burst into tears. Growing up, I was one of the shyest people around. I didn't like meeting new people, I had very few friends, dreaded going to school every day, and I despised public speaking. Things have improved a little bit over time, but I still felt really out of place. I realized that I needed to change. As I began my freshman year, I decided I needed to use a checklist in order to set goals for myself, such as get good grades, try to join new clubs, make new friends, and step out of my comfort zone. I achieved the first two and put a check mark next to both. I joined marching band, which gave me a sense of belonging. I attempted branching out, and I even made some brand new friends because of it. It felt like a positive first step forward. By the end of that year, I had successfully checked off all the items on my list. Soon, the list became even more important to me. I had come so far in 1 year because I went in with the plan. The organization of things calmed me in this brand new environment. I categorized what needed to be done and how to do it. I decided to continue my list to guide me through the rest of high school. As I got older, I realized how long my list had become, but I quickly saw that it had become a reflection of me. As I grew and changed, so did my list. Life began to get more complicated, so my list started to reflect that. I had big dreams, and I needed to hold myself accountable to keep up with them. The hard part was barely beginning. Through the years, my list has helped me a lot, including seeing the perspective of others. It's shown me how I need to think differently. We've all been together for so long, and whether we make lists, stress out about little details, or simply go with the flow, everyone has some type of goal. Everyone here has put in the work to get to this point. Every senior graduating tonight has accomplished something truly extraordinary. Whether it's academically, in the workforce, the military, or wherever life takes you, everyone can do what they believe in. Senior year has honestly been a lot. Between school, work, deciding on colleges, applying for scholarships, and so much more, we've all had our fair share of challenges. It's been a long process throughout high school, but we finally made it. And as I stand here now, there's one big item still left on my list. It's something that I hope every senior here has been able to accomplish as well. After a long year filled with joy, laughter, tears, and so much more, I realize how much I've changed. I've grown so much, and I feel like this new version of myself. I'm no longer that shy little sixth grader. Instead, I'm a lot more confident, feeling like I finally belong. I will forever be grateful for all the things I've learned throughout the years and the people who have helped me to get to where I am now. When we walk across the stage tonight, it'll all be over. From senior sunrise to sunset, to Friday nights at Harmon, cookies at lunch and classes with our friends, to scrambling to get graduation tickets last minute, there's been a lot to look forward to. And after a long, eventful year, I'll finally be able to place a check mark next to the most important item on my final high school checklist, to make the most out of my senior year. Thank you and congratulations, class of 2026.
Ladies and gentlemen, Neha Shri, Georgia Institute of Technology.
So I just want to say that I had to lie to my mom and tell her I wasn't doing a speech. So I'm really sorry about that. Okay. Good evening, families, faculty, and my fellow graduates. I want you all to look around for a moment, because today is the day that we've all been waiting for. For so long, this day felt distant, almost theoretical. But now that we've arrived, there's still a question hanging in the air like a heavy fog. What's next? If you don't have a perfect answer, don't worry, neither do I. We're often led to believe that success requires a rigid map. But I've learned that not knowing your exact destination is sometimes exactly where you want to be. Because it means that instead of one narrow path, you have numerous possibilities before you and a great adventure yet to unfold. However, there is also danger in looking too far ahead. When we let the fear of the unknown force us to ruminate on the future, we become architects of our own anxiety. We get so caught up in securing our lives that we often forget to actually live them. As always, when my own words failed me, I turned to music to understand my experience. There's a quite popular line by John Lennon that has followed me for years, but now I find that it has taken on a profound weight. He said, "Life is what happens to you when you're busy making other plans." It's easy to treat life like a series of destinations or milestones, viewing the stretches of time in between as something to be managed or endured, rather than experienced. We are constantly planning ahead, for graduation, for college, for our future careers. But when we fixate solely on the horizon, the beauty of the trail itself becomes a blur. The secret is to pay attention to the path you're walking right now, the sights, the sounds, and the people walking beside you. And so I'd like to take this moment to recognize my parents, first and foremost, who have both worked so hard to build the foundations on which I stand today. And my first best friend, my brother, the person who taught me what true courage and resilience looks like. And of course, an obligatory shout out to the IB family, who have made these last 2 years incredibly special. I would not have been able to do it without them. I know my time here at Dalton High School would not be what it is without the impact of my family, friends, teachers, and coaches who have shaped my best experiences here. And as we celebrate how far we've come, it is impossible not to feel the pull of what lies ahead. Yes, you must chase your biggest, most terrifying dreams because ambition is powerful and necessary. But don't let life pass you by while you're doing it. Cherish the in-between moments that may not seem significant at the time. The hangouts with friends, laughing until it hurts, the dumb inside jokes, because those are the moments that actually make up our lives. As you move forward, you will inevitably hit roadblocks. We tend to create these heavy, permanent narratives about the decisions we make, but the truth is, you're allowed to choose a different path. Not getting something right on the first try isn't a failure, because you only truly fail when you stop moving altogether. The first few setbacks might sting. They will make you feel uncomfortable or tempt you to quit. But through all the uncertainty, have faith that there will come a sweet moment when you finally achieve your goals. And you'll be richer for the struggle because of the person you have become in the process. So free yourself from the expectations of others, and more importantly, from the fear of the future. I encourage you all to walk out of here tonight, not with a strict map, but with a lot of faith and a great deal of courage, feeling proud of the person you are today. I wish you all the best for the next adventure life takes you on. Congratulations, class of 2026, and thank you so much.
Good evening. As you can see, several of our graduates are wearing honor cords, medals, and stoles representing a wide array of achievements. These honors recognize academic accomplishments, fine arts, and CTAE pathway completion, and participation in clubs and organizations. A complete list of cords and stoles and what they represent can be found in your program. Please join us in congratulating all students who earned these honors. Students awarded scholarship funds, please stand. These scholarships recognize academic achievement, athletic success, character, leadership, and community service. A full list of recipients and awards is included in your program. Additionally, more than 200 members of the class of 2026 are eligible for Georgia's Hope and Zale Miller scholarships. As a senior class, these students have earned more than $2 million in scholarship funds. Congratulations to this outstanding class. Students wearing gold tassels, please stand. These students have earned honor graduate distinction by maintaining a 90 average or higher and/or a weighted GPA of 3.5 or above. Honor graduates are noted in the graduation program. Congratulations. We would also like to recognize our graduating seniors who are part of the REACH Scholars Program. Our class of 2026 REACH Scholars are Valeria Alvarez, Jasmine Gonzalez, Allison Lugo Pacheco, Janet Montoya, and Danaji Pacheco. We have a number of students who have earned a Georgia Diploma seal or recognition. 30 students have earned the Georgia Fine Arts Diploma seal. Please stand if you earned the Fine Arts seal. Dalton High School is proud to recognize 2 Georgia scholars recognized for excellence in academics, leadership, and community involvement this year. Leslie Garcia and Elena Peterford.
We have 138 graduating seniors who earned college credit through dual enrollment courses with Dalton State and Georgia Northwestern Technical College while in high school. These students are wearing navy and silver cords. All students who participated in dual enrollment, please stand to be recognized at this time. AP Scholars and AP Scholars with Honors are students recognized by the College Board for outstanding performance on advanced placement exams. The class of 2026 has 45 students who earned this recognition. If you are an AP Scholar, please stand to be recognized. AP Scholar with Distinction is given to students who receive an average score of 3.5 on 5 or more AP exams. Please stand and be recognized. Ethan Dempsey, Leslie Garcia, Ian Maldonado, Elena Peterfront, Annabelle Rollins, Xander Sane, Neha Shri, and Blakely Thornton. Congratulations to all these exceptional advanced placement students. The International Baccalaureate Diploma Program is a rigorous 2-year program recognized by universities around the world. These students have completed the full IB course sequence and additional program requirements while at Dalton High School. Please stand as I call your name to be recognized. Asa Alexander, Taylor Gentry, Yatziri Gutierrez, Noah Maddox, Andrea Marsh, Rowan O'Shaughnessy, Xander Queen, and Neha Shri. Congratulations on this impressive achievement. We would like to recognize the members of the DHS class of 2026 who earned the highest ACT score and was also named Dalton High School's Star Student. The Star Student honor recognizes the senior with the highest SAT score who also ranks among the top students in the graduating class. This year's honoree is Hyam Maldonado. Hyam selected Mr. Matt Harris as his star teacher. Hyam and Mr. Harris are standing to be recognized. Please give them a round of applause.
Excuse me. This is perhaps one of the most gifted and talented classes that Dalton High School has enjoyed in many years. We've celebrated many wins over the last 4 years, but I want to share a few highlights tonight. So please stand and be recognized as I call your name. The Georgia High School Musical Theater Awards, the GHS-MTA program, celebrates excellence in high school musical theater by awarding Schuler Awards to deserving productions. The following students were nominated for Schulers: Noah Beam, Best Orchestra for Twelfth Night, and Asa Alexander, Best Supporting Actor for Twelfth Night. The following members of this senior class won a GHSA individual or team state championship throughout their high school years. For wrestling, Josian Hernandez was the 215-pound Georgia 4A state champion in wrestling in 2025. For boys soccer, Ruben Gongora, Carlos Marquez, and Alexis Plaza Soto are members of the senior class who were on the boys soccer team that won the GHSA 5A state championship in 23. Stay standing. And just last week, another group of seniors joined Ruben, Carlos, and Alexis. Joe Gonzalez, Diego Guillon, Robino Lopez, Ramon Mendez, Josue Resendez, and Rigo Torres with manager Eric Rodriguez to lead our men's soccer team to the 8th GHSA 4A state championship in 2026. 11 members of the class of 26 have signed a commitment to become student athletes at the collegiate level, and I'd like the following students to stand and be recognized. Charles Chappell and Asher Renfro for baseball. Shania Washington, cheer. Enough. Preston Cox, football. Amy Lynn Hung for swimming. Wyatt Bishop, lacrosse. Tegan Bulwark, Joe Gonzalez, and Ruben Gongora for soccer. Hannah Ortiz and Karime Smithy for volleyball. Congratulations and best wishes to all of these student athletes. Now I would like to recognize the following students as Dalton High School's 2026 Top 10 Academic Students based on numerical grades in every high school course and weighted grade point average. Please stand as I call your name. Campbell Fox. Leslie Garcia. Hayam Maldonado. Andrea Mar Saldana. Elena Peterfriend. Neha Shri. Layla Smith, Madeline Stacy, Emily Stansel, Blakely Thornton. Now, the following students have been named to the top 10 all 4 years of high school. So students, as I call your name, please come to the stage to receive your award for being in the top 10 for all 4 years of high school. Leslie Garcia. Hayam Maldonado. Andrea Mar Saldana. Neha Shri. Layla Smith. Oh, you're good. Hey, this is about you. You take your time. Thank you. Just don't fall a little down. All right. I may need some help. All right. So I want to present the top 2 academic honors for the class of 26. Our salutatorian and our valedictorian. The salutatorian, who is the student with the second highest grade point average in the class, is Neha Shri. Neha Shri. Oh, you're good. And now it's with immense pleasure that I present the student with the highest grade point average in the class. Our 2026 valedictorian is Hayam Maldonado. Awesome. Now it is my pleasure to introduce Mr. Sam Sanders, chairman of the Dalton Public Schools Board of Education, who will deliver commencement remarks to the class of 26. Mr. Sanders is an attorney at McCamey Law Firm here in Dalton and the father of 2 DPS students.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sam Sanders, and I'm honored to be here among the teachers, the families, the administrators, board members, and guests gathered here tonight. And most importantly, to the Dalton High School class of 2026. I'll be honest, I was a little nervous about tonight. You see, this is the first year for me as chairman of the board, and one of the responsibilities that comes with that is standing here and giving this speech tonight. And I'll admit, I had a few thoughts. To the graduates and everyone here, 18 years and under, I'll say it this way. I was low-key stressed about it. I thought to myself, do I really have enough aura to pull this off? At one point, I honestly thought that this speech could turn into a historic L for me personally. But then I summoned my main character energy, and I decided to come out here and cook. Now for the parents and grandparents, let me briefly translate. Apparently, I just said I was a little nervous, but I'm doing it anyway. Even though your parents and grandparents may not speak the same language, they're here tonight to celebrate this milestone with you. And they will probably tell you that the older you get, the more you realize that moments like this become less about the accomplishment itself and more about the people that you share them with. Recently, I heard an interview that I think captures something important about big moments that happen in our lives. This year, Mitchell Mesenbrink won the NCAA Wrestling Championship, and he was named the outstanding wrestler of the tournament, the best wrestler in the country. After he won at a press conference, a reporter said, "What will you remember most from this tournament?" Without hesitation, he said, "Sitting in my hotel room with my parents between every single session, and then going with my family to eat breakfast. And then I know tomorrow we're going to church, and they got a really beautiful cathedral here, and I'm really excited to go there with my family and go to church and have breakfast, and all the things that if I won or lost today, we would still have done." At the biggest moment of his athletic career and maybe his life, he didn't talk about the trophy, he didn't talk about the attention, he didn't talk about being named the best wrestler in the country. He talked about the small, overlooked, ordinary moments shared with the people he loved. That doesn't mean accomplishments don't matter. Winning matters, success matters. You should absolutely work hard, you should chase goals, you should pursue excellence in whatever you choose to do. But be careful not to spend your life chasing success while missing the people and the moments that actually give life meaning. Those moments often feel ordinary while they're happening, but later you realize they were actually the most meaningful parts of your life. One day you might not remember the test score that you worked so hard to achieve, but you'll remember your mother sitting at the kitchen table with you while you studied. You might forget scoring the winning touchdown, but you'll remember eating at the Waffle House with your friends after the game. You may not remember the school dance or even who you took, but you'll remember the conversation with your tired parents who waited up to make sure you got home safe. You might not remember exactly how you beat Calhoun that year, but you'll remember laughing with your friends at the crazy post that Rhett Simmons made about it on Barstool. And honestly, I think that is one of the biggest lessons about graduation. That even though the milestones matter and your accomplishments matter, one day when you look back on this season of your life, your favorite memories will probably not be a GPA or a trophy or a title. They're going to be the people, the conversations, the bus rides, the late nights, the friendships, the family dinners. Moments that seemed small at the time but ended up meaning the most. Before I close tonight, I want to give you some good news and I want to give you some bad news. First, to the students who did not do as well as they thought they should, for whatever reason, here's the good news. You get a clean slate. As of the last day of grading, you can become whatever you want to be from this point forward. 10 years from now, no one is going to care about your high school GPA. They're going to care whether you are dependable, hardworking, honest, resilient, and willing to grow. Plenty of students who, for whatever reason, may have missed the mark in high school go on to build businesses, become lawyers, doctors, engineers, raise incredible families, and achieve at a high level. And I say this sincerely as someone who finished his freshman year of high school with a robust 2.0 grade point average. Now for the bad news. The bad news. To the students sitting in the front row receiving honors tonight, scholarships and awards, you absolutely should be proud of yourselves. Your hard work mattered, your discipline mattered, and your accomplishments tonight are real accomplishments. But I do have one small warning for you that could be bad news. You get a clean slate too. 10 years from now, no one is going to care about your high school GPA. Success is rented, it is not owned, and the rent is due every day. High school grades will not carry automatically with you the rest of your life. The qualities that will matter most moving forward are humility, discipline, character, consistency, and the ability to keep showing up when life gets difficult. Tonight is not the finish line for either group. It's just the starting line for the next chapter. Every single one of you walks out of here tonight with an opportunity to decide what comes next. And remember this, Appreciate the ordinary moments, because one day they will become the memories you cherish the most. Class of 2026, congratulations. We're proud of you, we believe in you, and we cannot wait to see what you do next. Thank you.
Hold on one second. Elena, did you get this? Elena Peterfriend, please come here. I'm sorry. Top 10 all 4 years. That's my mistake. I'm eternally sorry for that. How did I miss that? I'm generally better than that. I'm so sorry. But you deserve that so much more. I'm so sorry. Thank you. Dr. Kraft, members of the board, each student presented here today has completed all of the requirements for graduation and is in good standing with our school. I recommend to you that each one of these students in the class of 2026 be recognized as a graduate of Dalton High School with all rights, privileges, and honors pertaining thereto.
Thank you, Dr. Collins. On behalf of the members of the Dalton Board of Education, I gladly accept your recommendation. By the authority and power vested in me as the superintendent of Dalton Public Schools, I do now confer upon these candidates who have met all graduation requirements placed upon them by the state of Georgia and the Dalton Board of Education, the high school diploma. The students of the Dalton High School class of 2026 are now eligible to come forward and receive their diplomas. Let me be the first to officially congratulate the 2026 graduation class from Dalton High School.
I would like to introduce the senior members of the Catamount Singers, who will be, will we do that? Are we ahead of ourselves? Is that at the end? I was just practice. It's just practice, that's all that was. Let's go. Let's get in place.
Valeria Alexandra Álvarez. Leslie María García. Amna Hossam Hussein. Hayam Maldonado. Andrea Electa Marsh Saldaña. Dylan Hugh Nguyen. Neha Shri. Campbell Lynn Fox. Elena Day Peterfriend. Layla Rhiannon Smith. Madeline Grace Stacy. Emily Nicole Stansel. Blakely Reese Thornton. Asa John Alexander. Taylor Harrison Gentry. Yatsiri Gutierrez. Noah Bradley Maddox. Rowan Virginia O'Shaughnessy. Alexander Ian Queen. Victoria Alejandra Amaro. Olivia Riley Snow Bowen. Yesenia Cruz de Labra. João Gabriel da Silva. Jasmine Gonzalez. Kristen Lee Faith Henderson. Rogelio Herrera. Miriam Jaimes. Valeria Arriola Jimenez. Kate McCall Jones. Irving Edward Marin. Charles Owen McCurry. Soraya Charlotte McEwen. Shepherd Guo Chiang McKeon. Camila Sofia. Okay, let me go back with Shepherd. My apologies. Shepherd Guo Chiang McKeon. Camila Sofia Montalvo. Charles Benjamin Parsons. Austin Andres Rivera. Ian Michael Rutledge. Danielle Monique Smith. Jaden Mackenzie Squires. Gabriel Acevedo. Areli Adame. Jaylene Adame. Luis Alonso Aguilar Jr. Maiken Leo Dan Aguilar de Leon. Kenneth Jaco Aguilar Palestina. Emily Ninel Aguirre. Giovanni Agundis. Alia Rubí Albarrán. Mia Isabela Alvarado. Nimra Amjad. Fray Luis Amparo Santos. Charles Phillips Anderson. James Collier Anderson. Ángel Daniel Ángeles Castillo. Bridget Floribel Arana. Diana Arellano Arredondo. Joshua Nathaniel Castañeda. Rodrigo Paez. José Guadalupe Arriaga. Luis Fernando Asensio Rivas. Adolfo Alejandro Ávila. Jalen Selene Ávila. Felipe Ávila López. Ethan Bailón. Owen Michael Ballard. Jocelyn Barajas Quintero. Alan Barragán. Diego Barragán. Stephanie Barrientos. Vanessa Barron. Aaliyah Renee Bass Pickering. Ricardo Basurto Gutierrez. Adrián Bautista Escobar. Gladys Samanda Bautista Escobar. Juana Bautista Reynoso. Noah Beam. Peyton David Bearden. Ajaden Becerra. Charlotte Ryan Beckler. William Thomas Beckler. José Alfonso Beltrán. Cass Olajuwon Betten. Isenia Elizabeth Ramírez Santizo. Iverson Drake Waller. Jackson Wyatt Hicks Bishop. Kanaya Bria Jalen Blacknell. Iris Jocelyn Blanco. Tegan Marie Bulwark. Ángel Borjas Alvarado. Kelly Madeline Bran Osorio. Andrew Kevin Brown. Philip Tam Bui. Cameron Eli Burns. Daniel David Bustos. Brisa Isabel Cáceres Barahona. Carely Cadena Castellanos. Leah Anderson Cagle. Jackson Warren Calloway. Elise Lindley Carpenter. Diana Carrillo Cruz. Ella Marie Carroll. Joseph Danny Carroll. Adán Casas Beltrán. Amy Castillo. Yaretsi Castillo. Melanie Castrejón. Beckham Leonardo Castro. Lucas Austin Ceballos. Adrián Cerda Márquez. Mía Alejandra Cervantes. Briani Yasmín Chávez Martínez. Charles Adcock Chappell. Andy Chávez. Dayanara Chávez. Lupita Jessalí Chávez Ramírez. Keren Amilcar Chicas Machado. Ludwig Damián Chubaja Teni. Cooper Erickson Clark. Víctor Uriel Jores Colina. Osiris Elvira Colindres. Briseda Lilibeth Cortés. Preston Colt Lee Cox. Jeremichael Tashawn Kraft. Miguel Ángel Cruz. Elmer Cruz Caballero. María Carla Cuervo Aragón. Ellie Madeline Curtis. Moisés Dávila. Victoria Alexis de Dios. Paulina de la Cruz. Amy del Bosque. Esmeralda de Real Huizar. Ethan Christopher Dimsey. Brian Axel Díaz Cárdenas. Armando Diego Pascual. Mariana Lachey Dixon Henry. Do Ladang Kwa. Kevin Martín Domingo. Giovanni Henry Domingo Ramírez. Brian Enríquez. Brandon Alan Escarcega Guerrero. Marilyn Escobar Raimundo. Marely Guadalupe Escorcia. Juan Escudero. Juan Emilio Escudero. Hannah Elizabeth Espinosa. Neri Espinosa. Julián Esqueda. Alexis Antonio Esquivel. Diana Estrada Hurtado. Misael Alexis Fernández Barrientos. Valeria Arlette Ferreira Ponce. Keziah Michelle Fisher. Aaron Fraire. Andrés Aaron Fraire. Adrián Fraire. Emily Christine Franklin. Vilma Araceli Gabriel de León. Nayela Catarina Gabriel Ramírez. Camila Galindo Muñoz. José Alfredo Gallegos. Annabella Lorelei Rainey Gallagher. Zacari, let me say that again, Zacari Garcia Avila. Jalen Daniela Garcia. Baldomero Gaspar Francisco. Leida Azucena Gómez. Mario Miguel Gómez. Camila Gómez Ulloa. Rubén Góngora. Alex González. Giovanni Caballero González. Joe George González. Joseph González. Paula Andrea González Mora. Jeffrey Allen Gordon. Maddox Ashton Greenwade. Kevin Giovanni Gudino, Adrián Guido, Diego Guijón, Ángela Gutiérrez, Brandon Leonel Gutiérrez, Cristina Gutiérrez Lemus, Anaí Aceret Guzmán, Luke Dowell Hall, James Allen Harris, Susanna Marie Hawkins, Davis Wilton Haynes, Ethan Dwight Hefner, Evelyn Cora Rose Hyder, Mayar Mohammed Helmi, Andrés Hernández, Ángel Alexi Hernández, Eric Hernández Medina, Gustavo Samuel Hernández, Josián Gabriel Hernández, Kevin Hernández, Marcos Antonio Hernández, Nathan Alexander Hernández, Yamilet Hernández, Jorge David Hernández Gámez, Norberto Jesús Hernández Jr., Scarlett Hernández Pacheco, Alan Hernández, Lucy Olivia Hester, Jesús González Hinojosa, Emilyn Julia Hung, Cameron Josh Holman, Adrian Christopher Huerta, Kylie Ann Hunsucker, Camila Hurtado, Dominique Hurtado, Jocelyn Hurtado, Javier Hurtado Beltrán, Daisy Sofía Isaola, Emmy Yolibeth Isaguirre Gómez, Lucius D'Artagnan Jackson, Jonathan Jimenez, Natasha Stephanie Jimenez, Luna Jimenez, Emilio Joaquin, Desaya Nikayla Jones, Ethan Samuel Jones, Taylor Grace Jones, Rosalinda José Matías, Fabio Juárez, Joana Juárez, Iraima Yamilet Juárez Morales, Miguel Ángel Keller, Jolie Kinzer, Kobe Kowida, Mariani Linus Lopez, Taylor Warren Lake, Luisito Heredia Lance Jr., Coleman Andrew Lobshare, Julian Emanuel Lainez Ramirez, Angie Montserrat Lasso, Sabrina Ledesma, Juan Aaron León Avila, Willow Enlyn Llewellyn, Andrew David Lewis, Linley Ann Lewis, Daniel Shungbo Lu, Chastity Abigail Long, Cam Chase Long, Cindy Eunice Lopez, Emily Becky Lopez, Marlene Montserrat Lopez, Robinho Aureliano Lopez Escobar, Eric Lopez, Leber Lopez, Brian Lopez Villatoro, Belma Candelaria Lopez Lopez, Jogli López Pérez, Salomé de la Caridad Lozada Lombardero, Stephanie Analí Lucas Reynoso, Kayla Care Lucas Velázquez, Allison Jimena Pacheco Gijón, Anabel Amor Luna, Dominique Isaiah Luna, Gael Luviano, Christopher Maldonado, Edith Joana Maldonado, Víctor Maldonado, Tomás Manzano, Gladys Michelle Marín Pérez, Carlos Márquez, George Marte, Alexander Moisés Martínez, Ángel Martínez González, Alejandro Mateo Diego, Juliana Dalisa Matute Rubio, Harper Olivia McGahey, Michaela Ansley McSears, Axel Mejía, Michael Cristiano Melgar, Janetsi Méndez, Joel Gabriel Méndez, Ramón César Méndez, Elena Méndez Rodríguez, Valeria Mendoza, Randy Miguel Mercado Acosta, Rihanna Mercantetti, Luis Millán, Jefferson Molina Hernández, Charlie Montoya, Daniel Montoya, Janet Montoya, JC Morales, Judith Lisbeth Morales, Kelly Yamilet Morales Bail, Kevin Tomás Morales Hernández, Dorcas Yareli Morales Díaz, Antonella Nicolette Moreno Alfonso, Collier Lee Morris. Elizabeth Muñoz. Emmanuel Muñoz Márquez. Justin Murillo. Annette Michelle Muro Montellano. Micah Abriel Myers Santos. Miguel Ángel Naterén Ramírez. Jocelyn Navarro. Smith Joana Nolasco Gabriel. Evelyn Yvette Núñez. Natalie Angeli Núñez. James Chemdalu Waba. Alejandra Ochoa. Ryan Dean Olalde. Katie Olvera. Ulises Olvera Ballesa. Leslie Valeria Orellana Martínez. Juliana Marie Ortega. Emilio Ortiz. Erika Yorgit Ortiz Castillo. Hannah Gabriel Ortiz. Orlando Said Ortiz. Alfredo Ortiz Rivera. Silas Abel Owens. Ashley Janely Pablo Bautista. Donají Pacheco. Gustavo Pacheco González. Edwin Palma. Terrell Joseph Leon Paniagua. Iritzi Paniagua Ferreira. Dominique Elijah Parks. Angélica María Pascual. Ronaldinho Ángel Pascual. Apurva Alpesh Patel. Garv Kirit Patel. Het Patel. Valeria Peña Flores. Melissa Alicet Peña Lara. Yaretsi Peña Rendón. Andrea Yamilet Pérez. Evelyn Marely Pérez. Jesús Aníbal Pérez. Moisés Enrique Pérez. Renardo Gustavo Pérez. Salvador Pérez. Salvador Pérez Fernández. Dina Elizabeth Pérez Pérez. Beni Fung. Yuridia Selene Pimentel. Leslie Pimentel. Matthew Samuel Pittman. Alexis Plaza Soto. Cristian Ademir Posada. Cindy Astrid Posada. Jaden Louis Poteet. Sydney Marie Presley. Jocelyn Lyric Price. Anissa Destiny Prieto. Lisbeth Quijada. Camila Isabel Quintero. Joana Quintero. Osmar Quintero. Alina Aide Ragüey. Armando Ramírez. Cristian Giovanni Ramírez. Diego Ramírez. Erandi Ramírez. Ethan Andrés Ramírez. Mario Giovanni Ramírez. Mauri Gael Ramírez. Valeria Alondra Ramírez. Yeray Ramírez. Ángela Mariolita Ramírez Ramírez. Heriberto Gonzalo Ramírez Ramírez. Sergio Ramírez Vázquez. Lesia Idelma Ramírez Macario. Joana Daimeri Ramírez Ramírez. Itzel Karina Ramírez Torres. Christopher Alexis Ramos. Cecia Ramos Ortega. José Alejandro Rangel. Kenny Rangel. Journey Ayanla Lyric Ransom. Itzel Yaretsi Raya. Haley Shekina Raimundo Lucas. Natasha Rendón. Sarai Rendón. Asher Michael Renfro. Josué Reséndez. Alexis Reyes. Marcos Jesús Reina. Daylene Edelmira Reynoso. Nancy Reynoso Mateo. Herschel Logan Ridley. Joseph Ridley. Nathan Blake Ridley. Sophia Adriana Ridley. Melissa Anaí Ríos. Brianna Lisette Rivas. Andrew Sadiel Rivera. Vanessa Rivera Garcia. Huda Rizvi Wasim. Wesley Allen Roberts. Shamira N. Nikel Robinson. Diego Iván Roblero Díaz. Ángel Rodríguez Solís. Ángel Eduardo Rodríguez. Arturo Eliezer Rodríguez. Eric Fernando Rodríguez. Kevin Rodríguez. Lucía Valeria Rodríguez. Omar Anthony Rodríguez. Annabelle Park Rollins. Knox Arthur Rollins. Katie Diana Romero González. Juan Rosales. José Miguel Rosas. George Elliott Ross. Brian Rubio. Miley Lynn Sage. Alexander Salaices Samaripa. Armando Salazar. Cristian Salazar. Luis Enrique Salcido. Giovanni Saldaña. Guadalupe Saldaña Rodríguez. Edgar Sánchez. Isabel Sánchez. Kimberly Sánchez. Vanessa Sánchez. Alexander Matthew Sane. Catherine Santana. Franklin Adan Santizo Morales. Joshua Ryan Schischler. Tiffany Raquel Sells. Yadiel Omar Serrano Rodríguez. Emily Silva. Park Lyndon Silvers. Rhett Sanford Simmons. Naquay Malachi Skillern. Kyle Andrew Slayton. Jayla Javon Smith. Nash Roland Smith. Riley Wyatt Smith. Karime Leah Smithy. Brian Jair Solis. Madeline Grace Stacy. Weston Garrett Sumner. Jack Darrell Sylvester. Jose Angel Tapia. Brianna Corin Tarrant. Lyric Anaya Taylor Sultan. Karen Lisbeth Tercero. Hermógenes Tomás. Bailey Yates Thorne. Christian Tomás. Honey Noemi Tomás. Christopher Torres. Jimena Torres. Kelvin Alexander Torres. Rodrigo Torres. Star Sapphire Tostado. Logan Mitchell Tunnel. Areli Damares Valencia López. Dana Camila Valle Teles. Diana Jasmine Vasquez. Sergio Jonathan Vasquez Ramirez. Heidi Madeline Ventura. Ricky Leo Ventura. Tania Araceli Vicente Escalante. Cynthia Marisol Vicente Pélico. Andy Saúl Vidaña. Cynthia Melanie Villafuerte. Sergio Iván Villafuerte. Sara Villalobos. Asher Wahid. Shania Kair Washington. Benjamin David Weaver. Eli Chamness Cochran Wells. Charles Wesley Whittle. Walter Alexander Whittle. Addison Amor Wicks. Zachary Alexander Williams Uribe. Alden Woods. Cesar Hugo Zamudio. Adrián Zapata. Allison Maite Cepeda. Jay Zhao. Let me say that one more time. Jay Zhou. Iván Yael Zúñiga. Karime Aileen Zúñiga. Please tell me there's no more. Not her names.
How much time do you want? Now I would like to introduce the senior members of the Catamount Singers who will be singing the Dalton High School alma mater.
sealed by friendship's tie. Faithful, loyal Dalton High School, deep graven on each heart, shall be found unwavering true when we from life shall part.
Do I let this line exist? Dylan and Valeria.
We're gonna wait for everybody to sit down.
I don't know that we're going. Are we waiting for them to sit down?
I think, yeah, that's the best.